Hello, Teaquilters. Today is July 6th, 2024. It is 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, and we're here for live 2-hour sewing chat. So I am plugging up the Bernina. So let me get that done. Okay. All right. I have not been back in this room since Wednesday. So, got to set stuff up. Okay. I still have not set up my stuff from retreat because I don't even have my cube here that has all of my parts, my sewing machine notions. But let me pull you guys up on this phone so I can make sure you can hear me. This phone does not have I'm not going to pull you up on that one because it's only got like 10% of power. I'll charge it. Pull you up on this phone. And cut this volume down. All right, so in the chat tonight we have Sandy Agger, Carol Williams. I'm going to take this one off. This is another press mat. It's just too big for here, but I was pressing something a little bigger and I needed it earlier, but I don't need it now. Carol Williams is here, Vivian Calvey, Virginia Oglesby, saying hello from Ohio, Dee Branson, Remo JS says, good evening, Miss T and Quilters. Thumbs up, show your love and support, subscribe, and enjoy. Also join us over on the Facebook group, Teaquilts LLC. Make sure that you answer the 4 questions that are asked of you. Otherwise, you will be denied admission. Just trying to keep spammers out. I am getting spammers in, posting like t-shirt stuff, and they're stealing people accounts, so they have everyday common names, have been admitted into other quilting groups, so I'm just not letting everybody in. So please answer the 4 questions. Maddie Barnum is here. Michelle the Quilter, Bonita Nance, Minnie Dula, Ray Mahone, Crystal L. Betsy is here saying hello. It's a good night to watch the fireworks. Good evening, Miss T. C. Joy Creations is here. T. Roberts, Miss Topaz, Lori, Sue GSD saying hello all. 354 days until I have to get everything organized and packed for 2025 retreat. Bonita says that she's putting blocks together for a quilt top. And T says her rent is paid, which means that she has hit that thumbs up button. So if you haven't hit the thumbs up button already, please go ahead and do so. Also, if you're watching and are not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and also hit the notification bell so you'll be notified whenever I go live and or upload a video. Kevin the Quilter is here. He says he's with his mama tonight. And she is asking Miss T, do you ever catch your breath from being so busy? Laughing out loud. I do sit down and do nothing, but, you know, I should be doing other things, but, you know, some stuff just don't get done. You know, I have to do what needs to be done next, I would say. I'm trying to make sure. Yeah, I pulled out the other thread that they had in here. Let me pull this up so it's at its highest position. So let's talk about sewing machines, okay? So I have a total, like in the past couple of weeks, right now, as of today, I've put 5 machines into the repair shops. And one was basically, I needed a light fixed on it. Another one was, the tension was a little screwy from retreat. And then I broke the brother myself, hit the tension knob and had to have it put back on. And I think I was charged about $185 for just the tension knob because they didn't even go back through and set the tension on the stitch when I got it back. The stitch wasn't even set, so I had to sew on the brother in order to get it to sew. So yeah, so let me show you what I got here, I guess. I'm working on doing more of these blocks just because I know I'm going to be needing them in 2025. And since I got so many machines that I have put into the shop, and I'm going to have to sew on all of them because you only have mostly a 30-day guarantee of the stitch quality when you get your machines back. So I'm going to be stitching on various different machines. Okay, so that's one thing. So I needed something to sew on to do all of that. So I cut pieces for 2025's swap blocks. Let's see who else has come in. Francis Jackson has come in. And is that it? I think that's it. No, Linda Crafton Cousins have come in. Hi, Linda. Welcome to the chat. Joe Carmel has come in. So she's hanging out with her mom today. So awesome. Hope you two are having fun. Melissa LePage is here, and also Joanne Lucas. So welcome everybody to the chat. So I haven't sewed anything on this machine. Let's see. Wednesday, I took this machine to Barnett, Missouri, which is about 2.5 hours away from me. I had taught a class in where did I teach that class? Rolla, Missouri, I think. I want to say Rolla. And I taught a class, and I also did a quilt lecture there. And some of the ladies there recommended that I take my machine to this particular person. Also, Nikki B, who's been in my chats, has also referred. She lives on the other side of the state of Missouri. And she also recommended that I take my machine to this same person. So I probably have one other person that has told me, and I just can't remember who that is right now. I feel like I got 3 referrals to this same person to take my machine to. So I took my machine to this person because I felt like the stitch quality on this Bernina was not as good as it was when I first got it. I had taken it to the shop and had it adjusted. Felt like some things were a little bit off, but I felt like maybe the next adjustment, it'll get back to where it was. Well, when I got it back, it was worse, and I had issues with the thread cutter working from almost day one when I got it back. So I'm thinking I just need like another little adjustment on that, because you know, when I click the button, it seems like it's still working and all of that. So, hi, Brenda Perkins. Welcome to the chat. So, I don't know. I took it to this shop called, I'm going to tell you the name of the shop. It's called Top Stitch. And again, they're in Barnett, Missouri. I had also paid extra $20 so that they could work on my machine at an appointment time, which meant that I didn't have to drive home for 2.5 hours and then come back 2.5 hours and drive back home 2.5 hours. So I felt like $20 was worth 500 miles. I mean, not 500 miles. Yeah, 500 miles, because it was about 2.5 hours. Say you do a mile a minute, just estimating. Okay, whatever. So, yeah, I felt like 5 hours worth of driving was worth $20, and I didn't feel like that was a lot. Hi, Wind Sprinter. Welcome to the chat. So that's what I ended up doing. I made the appointment knowing that I was going to wait for my machine, and that worked out fine. I got there about 20 minutes early, and they checked in the machine. I'm trying to make sure now that I'm on this little fold here I just put in here, because I can barely see it on the wrong side. They worked on the machine. And the guy that they referred me to, I didn't understand. I didn't know anything about this place, so I didn't know how it ran or anything. But apparently there are other people in the back that work on the machines, and he also is like mentoring, training, and monitoring everybody's machine. He's not necessarily doing it himself, which was fine, because I think that's what's happened with the St. Louis sewing machine industry. Now, I haven't sewn a stitch on this yet, okay? I better make sure I have a bobbin in here, yeah, because I'm like, I haven't sewed on this thing. But, so I feel like in St. Louis, like we have the mom and pop places, and then they know, they learned how to work on sewing machines, and then they have all of these years of experience. And then when they decide to retire, or they then decide to pull in other family members, it's like they go to training to work on the particular machines. Like, say if a company only sells Baby Lock, then you have to go to Baby Lock in order to be able to buy parts from them. You have to go get trained via Baby Lock, be a Baby Lock authorized dealer, blah, blah, blah. Same thing with Bernina. If you don't go to Bernina, even if you don't go to Bernina's, like in so many years, you have to go to Bernina Quilt Conference that they have every year. If you don't show up after a certain number of years, you risk having your Bernina dealership license in jeopardy. So, it's a lot going on with the sewing machine industry. But I feel like a lot of the information that are in people's heads and from years of experience, especially here in the St. Louis area, I don't feel like it's being passed down all the time. So I'm going to take that off after I sew this, just to see what the stitching looks like. But anyway, so that's the reason why I took my machine out there. Because of all the recommendations and stuff. So, yeah, that stitch looks good. I was just making sure it pulled. That, when I pull it, I don't have anything in here. I'm like, girl, what are you doing? I guess I won't be pressing anything today. I'll just sew. Hi, Sharon Lewis. Hi, Melissa LePage. Said her rent is paid. That's Sharon. Thank you for hitting the thumbs up for me. Remo is reminding people to hit the thumbs up, says that they're not matching. So I'm looking at their test stitching. And I noticed that they didn't take my setting off of 2.0, which is weird. I don't know if they, you know, the standard for Bernina is to stitch at 2.5, and I like 2.0. And they did all the upgrades that I was missing, because I haven't taken this machine into the shop in 2 years because I just didn't feel like I liked the service that I got. So, but anyway, they come out, tell me that my machine is all kinds of jacked up, okay? And I got 2 broken parts, and they showed me the parts. They were dealing with the cutter and the knife. I don't know where the knife come from, because I didn't even ask. But when I was telling them that my thread wasn't cutting, that part was broke. And I don't know how I would have broken it, because I don't do anything with it. It was working when I sent it to the shop the last time I sent it prior to this visit. But when I got it back, it wasn't working. So it was just very strange. So, needless to say, because I'm very open, they did have a cheaper service rate. I think, even with me paying the extra $20, they had a cheaper service rate than what we pay here in the St. Louis area. But, you know, I spent a tank of gas as well, so you about come out the same if you're looking at it from that perspective. But I feel like the machine's in better shape than it ever has been. And even just sewing on it, it feels totally different. It feels like it did when I first got it. So, yeah, that's you know, one of the problems that we're having here. So, I'm just gonna sew on this for a little bit. Because I don't have to finish these. I just need to, you know, use the machine. I don't want my time period and that I can bring stuff back to go away. Sharon talking about she's still trying to recoup from a fun week at T's retreat. And Kevin going, he's having retreat withdrawals. Yeah, that's the problem with retreats, especially one, you know, you think it's technically 6 days, and the local people mostly are the ones that take advantage of the 6 day, because they, you know, they're local. Everybody else either has to drive home or catch a plane or something, you know. So the local people really take advantage of sewing on Sunday. So technically you could sew on Sunday. But most people are packing up starting Saturday night and stuff like that, because they may, especially if they drive, because they may have to leave early. So we do a lot on a Saturday night before we leave. Sandy says it definitely sounds quieter. Now, I have not put any oil in it. It has not had oil since I took it to them, because I haven't sewed on it. I just brought it in here. You know, it had been in my car since retreat until I dropped it off to these guys. And so, but once I got it worked on, I made sure I brought it in, because I didn't want that to be a factor. So I did make sure that I brought this machine in. So, and Sandy says it sounds quieter. I think they tell us not to oil, but when they get our machines, I think they oil somewhere, because they always sound quieter to me when I get them back than when I send them. But they, you know, and they tell us to only oil the bobbin. Now, what is his name? Jeff, the Bernina guy, he will tell you there's a spot in here to oil. I've oiled it a time or two, but I don't do it all the time. But he has a space in here that he tells us to oil as well. But the book doesn't say that, and nobody else has ever told me that other than him. So yeah. So this machine was in the shop. The brother, I ended up getting that tension set back up myself before I did a little bit of test sewing, and then I took it to retreat where Claudette actually sewed on that machine. So it sewed fine the entire time. So I don't feel like I have any issues with the brother machine. So everything is kosher on that. I took my green singer, I forget what the numbers is. It's some weird number. It's not a featherweight. Some weird numbering system they got. But the light on it, the screws just fell out. It had all kind of washers and bolts, and I couldn't, that stuff was flying all over the room. I couldn't figure out where that stuff was, so I ended up taking it to the shop when I took the featherweight to the shop. So I took those two to the same shop, and I even posted that he done completely cleaned out a featherweight that he has for sale. So it's like an overhaul on a featherweight. So they tend to cost more because it's not like you buying it from somebody where it's been sitting. They kind of go through them, replace parts, update things, oil everything, clean everything. The decals on it looks really good too. I was surprised. I don't know what year it was. I didn't go looking up the serial number because I didn't really care because I wasn't going to buy it. But I've seen featherweights cost more than that. I've also seen featherweights cost less, but I've never seen them cost less if they put a lot of work into them. So I don't know if that's a good price or anything, but I put that into the Facebook group. My machines, those machines were ready. I picked those up yesterday. Got those back quick as well. So I got 3 machines worked on in 1 week. So that was pretty cool. So I have to also sew on those machines to make sure everything is working. He was really nice. He didn't charge me. He didn't charge me the full price for servicing those machines. But, you know, that's because of our relationship too. It's like, you know, we kind of do things for each other. So, that's why I didn't pay full price for the service on those. So thank God, you know, I do have a working relationship with somebody that repairs sewing machines. But he's not the one. He does work on electronic stuff. I've just never had him work on mine. I don't know why I haven't taken it to him, but I haven't. So the featherweight tension thing was, it was funny. The issue with the featherweight was the needle. I recall asking people if the needle was in the featherweight correct, and everybody said yes. I think what happened was a needle got broken or something, because this machine had been sewn on for the longest, and then all of a sudden it didn't work on Saturday. So and at the time we were sewing those feed sack bags. And so I'm thinking that a needle got broke and then another needle got put back in, which nobody said that. And I even asked, is the needle in there correct? So it was the needle on the featherweight that was in there wrong. It was turned the wrong direction. So thank God for that it was a simple fix. No parts required. So just a regular service. I had them go ahead and, since they had it, I had them, when I even dropped it off, I told them to just go ahead and do a full service on it because it's sitting in a repair shop. So you may as well just go ahead and do it. There's no need in just fixing your problem. So he did that on both of those singers that I had. Sharon saying she can't wait for Retreat 2025. Deborah Holloway is here. Welcome, Deborah. Leetta Bryant's here. T. Roberts is packing for a cruise tomorrow. Girl, live your best life. Have fun. I love cruises because everything's taken care of on the cruise. You don't have to worry about it. Yolanda Reza is here. Hello and welcome. Leela is here. She's talking about, I actually set an alarm for tonight's live. Girl. Hi, Brenda Perkins. Carol Williams saying hello to everyone. I think I read her name before, but she's saying her rent is paid. So thank you for hitting that thumbs up button for me. And Brenda Foley is saying good evening to everyone. They out here for the third night in a row popping fireworks that we ain't supposed to pop, you know. But that's what we do, apparently. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 machines that I put into the shop. So I got 6 machines that have been put in the shop because I also took my Baby Lock Elagio because I thought I was going to have it as a retreat sewing machine and realized at the last minute that I didn't like the stitch quality on it when I was sewing on it at Kevin's house, and so I switched it out with the Singer 4432 heavy duty that I have. And so that's at Kevin's house, which I need to get because I might end up selling that. We'll see. But I ended up getting that machine to the shop. So I took that one to Jackman's because they are a Baby Lock dealer. And I figured if I'm having issues with stitch quality and all of that, then maybe I just need to take it to the people that are the specialists in it. So we'll see how that comes back. This is my first time using Jackman's for repair. If you don't know and you live local, they currently have a coupon. I can't remember if it's $10 off or 10%. I want to say it's 10% off any sewing machine service through like next week, maybe one day next week, the 13th, the 15th. I don't know. Let me see. Because I'll be making up a date. Maybe the 13th because that's next Friday. So maybe the 13th. So I decided now would be a good time for me to try them out. And at least it's something they've got to fix over me just taking it in for service when I'm just taking it in for regular service with no problem. So this is going to be a real good test because I'll definitely know if it's stitching better or not. And I told them, you know, what I was having issue with, which isn't a lot. I just let them know what I was having issues with, and I'm going to see what I get back. So if you don't know, now you know. Jackman's 10% off. They sent it in an email. So, and all you got to do is just show it. You don't even have to print the email. You just show it. Let me make sure I got everybody. Maddie says, T, I loved all the projects everyone made. They were very pretty. Yeah, I haven't even unpacked my projects yet. I just took out this bag because I wanted to show it, talk about it on Wednesdays live. And so since I had this out, I just decided I'd go ahead and continue. But thank you. I was really impressed with how many people did the projects. Like I said, there was probably not one person that didn't work on one of the 3 projects. So maybe they only did one. Most people did all 3. And I'm sure there were some that did 2. But I was just really surprised and impressed with the number of people that participated in the projects. Oh my goodness, Deborah says she's packing for a trip to Jamaica. Girl, that's on my bucket list. I haven't been there yet. So I want to do that. Cool Gal says, I've had fireworks for the last 4 nights and they have just started again. Yeah, they started heavily the day before, so July 3rd. And honey, they've been popping like their money is never ending. I'm like, are these people like giving these fireworks out like for near nothing or what? Because they must get a discount for buying in bulk or something, because they have plenty of them to get rid of. So Sheila Willis is here. Just wanted to say hi while she had internet service. So hopefully nothing's wrong there. You keep your power, girl. So that's that. Let's see. Let me go ahead and put some of these on the other side. I'm just trying to sew a little. I'm not trying to get anything done per se. I'm just trying to test out sewing machines. So I just said I put 6 machines in the shop. This Bernina, 2 singers, the brother been in the shop. I got the baby lock in the shop. Okay, so what's the 6th machine in the shop? All right. I ended up purchasing off of Facebook Marketplace FOF, Creative Vision. I like my FOF machine, and so I wanted to get a more updated one. And I had just been casually looking, but not really paying any attention, because it's like, I really don't need another sewing machine. So, it was an embroidery machine though. And so I've been telling you all that there is absolutely no way that I'm going to pay full price for another embroidery machine at the prices that they're having them. Embroidery machines are costing over $20,000 for a new embroidery machine. And so this model was an embroidery machine, and I thought, well, if you're gonna buy one, I guess this should be the one that I get. So I ended up buying that. And so since I had it already out in the car and I was on my way to the sewing place anyway, or I was out in the neighborhood dropping off other machines, picking up machines from over here, dropping off machines over there, I decided to drop it off at the show. So when I originally told you all that I was going to talk about machines today, I thought I would have it, but then I ended up taking it to the shop yesterday. I changed my mind because I'm like, that'll save me gas. It's like 40 minutes to go to the south side to drop my machines off. So that'll save me gas time. So that's what I ended up doing. It's an embroidery machine. I didn't drop off the embroidery module because, most of the time they don't do anything with those for some strange reason. I'm like, I don't understand why they never need to be oiled or cleaned or anything, but that's weird. I've taken mine in, and they, one point they used to tell me to bring them in, and now they tell me don't bring them in. So that's very weird. So I have another machine that's coming. I don't know. I didn't ask when my baby lock was going to be ready. I didn't ask when the FOF would be ready. So I have no idea. I was just dropping stuff off. And if the guy if Barnett, Missouri wasn't 2.5 hours away, I would have taken it to him, but I wasn't going to do that again, not that soon. And I want to get it into the shops. I wanted to get it just a look over, make sure everything's okay with it before I start messing with it. And so I was looking for, getting more machines that I can use for retreat that, that were average, that were good machines that the average person could work. So that's what I'm kind of doing. I think people are afraid of older machines. Like my older singer, it stitches just as well as the featherweight, but I think people are scared of it. Although when I stitched on it, I really liked the stitching. So, but yeah. Then, so that's the FOF. So the 6th machine, wait a minute, I gotta go back. So the 6th machine is the mystery machine, get it? Scooby-Doo, laughing out loud. Yeah. But I told you what it is. It's the Foff Creative Vision, and it's an embroidery machine. And I just took it to the shop because I'm like, I knew I was going to have it shop service because of it being a computerized machine. I just want to make sure nothing crazy is going to go wrong with it. I'd rather do that, be safe than sorry. And so I did that. So we'll see what that comes back with. And so 6 machines went to the shop, right? Count them again. The brother, which I got back right before retreat. The 2 singers, the Bernina, the Baby Lock, and the Foff. So that's 6. Okay. Good news, Teaquilters. I Miss T outdid herself at retreat this year and sold more than 2 X's. Shut up. I really did. I did a lot more than I thought I was going to do at retreat. I did not do what I wanted to do, but I did more than what I thought. The first day, I still didn't get any sewing done. It was just too many things to be done. And some of the things I had to do because nobody else knew what was going on with it. And then just getting stuff lined up, you know, for the rest of the retreat so I wouldn't be working so hard. I got as organized as I could at home, but there were like certain things I needed to pull out and things like that. Jennifer helped a lot with when it was time to do raffles, helping me get stuff to the tables, helping me, yeah, I had things like in bags, and then she just helped me pull them all out to the table and kind of organize them so people could see on the raffles where the drawings where everybody won something. And you had to pick and choose. I had a lot of things that were donated this year, and I was gonna like pick and choose which ones to put out there, but what I ended up doing was put everything out there, and then that way the last person whose name got drawn, you didn't have just one item to pick up off the table. You actually had a choice. So I got a few things, maybe about, I don't know, maybe like 20 things, 10, I don't know if it's even true, 10 notions and 10 fabric items already donated for next year. So we'll see how it goes, how many things I have for next year to see how the drawings will go. But I was really happy to have enough notions that I either donated and or other people donated, that I had enough that I was able to give everybody one notion and one fabric item. So that was cool. So remember the brother fiasco when I was sitting here the week before retreat and I knocked the tension guide off of the brother, right? Well, I took it to the shop, and then they were not sure because they had the guys who work on the machines, they have a couple of days every week, Monday and Tuesday, which I didn't know because I went to the brother dealer because just in case I needed parts, because I couldn't find I didn't know if I had all the parts. It ended up I was missing a couple. Well, one part was broke and one part was missing. I was missing a washer. And so I was glad that I took it to that shop for that. But when I got there, it was Tuesday when I dropped it off, and they weren't in the shop because they do field days. So they sell long arms. They sell heavy machines that some people call in, you know, like your $20,000 sewing machines. They kind of get to be heavy, like this Bernina is heavy. And some people, you know, most of your machines are being sold to senior ladies. And there's just no way that they're going to be able to lift these machines. So they do 2 days where they do repairs outside the office. So the day I went in was their second day out. So they didn't even know my machine was there. So what did Teajuana do? Because she needed another sewing machine that I knew would be running, right? Yeah, I used my Sewing Machine Plus link. Let me fold this again because that doesn't look like it's through the middle. It is. It's just weird. Maybe my square didn't get cut right. So I used my Sewing Machine Plus link. And I bought a Juki. Okay? I bought the Juki semi-industrial, the 2010. Let's see, what's these numbers on here? The TL 2010Q. So yeah, so now I got the brother and the Juki, okay? It came Wednesday, I think, while we were on the bus trip. And because I said if somebody had to use my sewing machine, the Bernina that was there, that they could use that temporarily. And then I would come home and get it. Now, I did come home, but I decided I wasn't going to unbox it because they ended up getting that brother to me the day before retreat. I ended up getting, was it the day before? I dropped it off on a Tuesday. Those guys came back. They explained to them what I needed done. And so I think they called me that Friday and told me my machine was ready, the brother. But I had already ordered the Juki, okay? So now I'm sitting here with a brother and a Juki, and that's why I say I might end up selling my Singer heavy duty because now I don't need that one. I thought about it and I go, well, if I'm working on a project with the brother heavy duty and that machine goes out like it did, and I'm working on bags, and when I'm working on bags, I tend to work on them in succession. I do a lot of them at a time. What if the machine goes out? Then I have nothing else that I'm going to sew on because I refuse to sew thick seams on this machine or this one. I don't use my, at the time, top of the line machines to sew bags on. I'm not stitching through all of this foam and layers and tape and zippers, and I'm not stitching through all of that stuff on these machines, you know, with the thick stuff. So I just decided I needed a different one anyway. My Singer heavy duty, I felt like it was just too light. Sometimes it would stitch through the stuff, but it would be like bouncing because it was so light. So that's the issue that I had with the Singer. It will stitch. I stitched over like 12 layers of denim with that thing and didn't have any problems. But I just decided I needed to get a backup machine because when that happened, I'm like, oh, I don't have anything else here that I'm willing to put under that machine needle. So that's why I did it. And technically, I got it for free. And you go, how you get a machine for free? I didn't. I paid Sewing Machine Plus for it. But I used my Discover points. And I had so many dollars in Discover points that been sitting there that I decided I was going to get a machine. Then that way, instead of using it to pay my bill or anything like that, then if I use it and bought something that was hard, tangible item, then I know where my Discover points went. So technically, Discover bought me my Juki. Good evening, quilters. This is from Paula S. She says it's hot in southern Maryland. Feels like 100 plus at 9:36 p.m. Oh my goodness. Vanessa Brown's here saying she's late to the party. Hi all. I'm trying to make sure I go back. Sue says I need to know how the Teaquilts team can outdo 2024. Girl, it was part me. It was all, them list of name donors, including yourself, Sue. Sue donated. She has been generous to 2022's retreat, her first retreat, and 2024's retreat. I feel bad for Sue sometimes. I think I need to just call her name first so she can come up and make a selection. Because what happens is when people donate stuff, I put it all on the table, and then I call name, and in order of the draw, you go select what it is that you want from the items on the table. Well, Sue donated about 25 or 30%, maybe even more, of the items on the table. And so she probably needs to get her selection in a lot quicker than other folk. And I feel bad because I'm like, she's giving fabric and I'm giving fabric. So it's just really weird how that works. But this year was because of the number of Teaquilters that donated to Teaquilts. And then next year we'll also have more people, so it'll be spread thinner next year than it was this year. So yeah, it's because of y'all and the donations. I know I bought some stuff, like I bought mats. I bought the 15-inch square mat here. I donated one of these because I bought a lot of stuff in Houston that I ended up donating and was bought for a retreat that I put on the table. Jason had some light thing that he donated. It was a computer light that goes on your flat screen to make it you can use white light or you can use some kind of color lights. So Jason donated some stuff. Kevin donated. It was a whole list of names. Joe Carmel sent stuff. Claudette Bettis sent stuff. It was a lot of individuals that sent stuff to the Teaquilts retreat that was put on the free table. So it wasn't just me that did it. It was a lot of people involved. So Paula, I think I read hers. Zella McKenzie is here, saying hi from West Michigan. Welcome. Helen Finaldi is here as well. That was so much swag and loot at retreat. I thought I was balling. That's Kevin. Kevin, you need to quit. I don't know where Jason is. We got to snatch you up. And Joe Carmel talking about she love her jelly roll. I saw her video where she was talking about the jelly roll that she wanted. She got called pretty early, so she was able to get it. It's almost like you got to go up there and look at stuff, not really look hard at the stuff you want, because other people start looking at it. You got to kind of look at stuff to kind of throw people off a little bit. Because what we would do, we would put the stuff out on the table because it was all multiple different items. We put it up there about 5 minutes before we're going to draw and let people kind of go up and look at it, and then we start drawing, because I'm not going to give you 5 minutes to pick a gift. I'm calling your name and about giving you 3 seconds to start moving towards the front, and then about 3 seconds after that, I'm calling somebody else's name. So we kind of put the pressure on you to get up there and make a decision. So that's why we gave you some viewing time. But yeah, Paula says, yes, it was. Loved all the swag. It was awesome to have so much and ooh and ah over. Oh, Kevin shared that Joe Carmel got the cake, huh? Talking about, yay. Miss T is now a Juki junkie. I was fine being a brother junkie, but I didn't see the point of buying the same machine twice. So that's why I didn't buy another brother. I actually didn't have any problems. I love the brother sewing machine. I just didn't. I couldn't buy the same machine again. I said, if I'm gonna buy another machine, then it's got to be something different. And I did not have a Juki in my collection, so now I do. Now I do. Welcome to the Juki Junkie Club. That's from Joe Carmel. Hey, Heather. How are you? How are you doing? Crystal L is here. Maritza's here. Remo's reminding people to hit the thumbs up button because the numbers aren't matching. And Kevin is thanking Susie for Sue from donating to the retreat. Melissa says, Discover rewarded you good. Yes, they did. I have been having points, and they've been trying to get me to donate them, and because I had so many points, and I don't know if they thought I didn't know what the points was or whatever. I know fully what those points are. And they used to have where you could get like a Visa gift card, but they took Visa and like other bank out, MasterCard, American Express. They took all of the bank cards out, and you could get like food, food cards for your money, things like that. You could probably shop on Amazon, I think. I can't remember. I can't remember if Amazon was one, but they took out the major credit cards. So I just been letting mine sit there because I figure I'll just buy me something and then I'll use those points to pay for it. And that's exactly what I did. So I used every last one of the points. Well, I put it on my bill because my machine didn't cost as much as my points, but I put everything on my Discover. And then I use, every month I pay it off. So I'm earning points on my purchases. So I put everything that I can. Anybody that takes Discover, I use Discover card. And then at the end of them, well, not the end of the month, but when the end of the billing cycle or whenever I think about it, because most times I'm paying Discover 2 and 3 times in a month because I probably pass out and die if them people sent me a $5,000 bill or something. So most of the time as I'm charging stuff, I go ahead and pay it. So like if I get over, say, $1,000 on my card, then I'll go in and pay it. Well, when I had the machine on there, I hadn't made a payment because I've been dealing with retreat, wasn't even thinking about Discover. So then I put that machine on there, and I had owed a lot of money, so I just went on in there and paid that before the bill even came out and used my Discover points to pay the whole bill because I had already had almost a whole month of stuff on there. So, but that's what those credit card points can do. But it's only a benefit if you pay your bill in full every month, because otherwise you're going to be paying more money in interest than what they're giving you on the point system. So have to be careful about that too. So that's why I always say, I try not to buy anything if I can't pay for it. And I say try. I have not done that in years now. The only thing I had on credit was my car. And that was because I had 0% interest and it made no sense for me to get in my money. However, I couldn't stand myself being in debt that I ended up paying that off early anyway. So, yeah. Technically, my car should be paid off next summer if I paid it on time. It's been paid off a year and a half, so. But I couldn't even stand owing that. So, yeah. Fireworks have started. Dog going nuts. Sounds like a war zone. Yep. Lizette Zayas is here. Saying congratulations on rounding out the collection. Yes. And Helen is saying hi to Lizette. Quigel says, I use my points for Christmas gifts. And that's another thing to do. I tend to buy stuff that I can see myself because that's going to somebody else. But that is great that you can use it for that, because then you're not spending your own money for Christmas. So that's cool too. I'm trying to see, what time is it? It's like almost an hour. So maybe, I don't know anything. I haven't done anything with this Juki. I'm wondering if I should put it up next. It's sitting down here on the floor. I got all of the parts back here. Or if I should just keep sewing on this and just put it up. Because I'm not going to sew on it. I just want to make sure it's sewing, you know. Whoops. So I don't know. Remo's telling people to step out, hit that thumbs up button, and step back in. So yeah, yep. I don't think I'm gonna buy another sewing machine. Now I had my daughter, I gave her the Janome that I had. Sheila sewed on that one, and she said it sewed really, really good. And her little tail didn't even take that machine back. So I now got the Janome back here again. So I was trying to store them on a cart, and they will store on the cart if I take them out of the cases. But the cart that I have, they won't store on that particular cart. So I'm going to have to get a different cart, because I want to put them on the cart so that I can roll the cart in and out of where it's stored. And then when I need a machine off of it, I can just pick it off the cart. And then they'll be stacked like 4 shelves high. That's what I want to do. So I got to buy another cart, because the cart I bought, it was a small cart. I don't know why. I don't know if I bought that cart by mistake, thinking that it was the cart that I have my other quilts stored on. But it's smaller than the other cart that I have. So I need to get a different cart, so that I can store the machines. All of my machines will be stored on a cart eventually. And then I can get them as I need them. So that's the next thing I gotta do. I hope I'm not hitting the mic. I went outside. I feel like I got bit like 5 different times by mosquitoes today. Hi, Evelyn Bunbury. She says hi to everyone. Cool Girl says, I would like to see your new Juki. No time like the present to try it out. I'll sew on these until 9, and then I'll pull it up here. This machine, this right here is bigger. I guess I can put it right here. I won't be able to move. To put the Bernina on the floor too with the brother. I don't have that much space right here. I'll see what I can do. I have it down here still in the plastic. So let me just sew the other side of these, and then we'll stop sewing on this one. Sew the other side. And I know I gotta sew on the singers too, so all of them gotta come up to the desk eventually. All right. Yep, right behind me, doing fireworks, doing cannon stuff. I'm sure it's pretty. I didn't even look outside to even look at any of the fireworks. I took my machine to the shop on July 4th, and I got home. I was tired and sleepy, driving 5 hours when they was already popping the night before, and I didn't get good sleep. So I was really tired when I got home. I could care less about watching some fireworks. I didn't watch them on television. I was knocked out. I did make a cake. I made a cake Thursday night into Friday morning, because I started like 10:30 p.m. working on this cake. You know, that was my bribe. Certain places I go, I can't go in them without cake. Yeah, look at me like I'm crazy. So that was my bribe. I wasn't planning on making another cake that fast. You know, I made technically 3 cakes and I haven't even tasted a piece of one yet. Nope. All of these are done. Now let's cut, because I haven't done that. It actually sounds a lot better. So when it was cutting before and it was making that loud noise, that shouldn't have been happening. So now I know when it's broke, because that was not loud at all. And it broke both top and bottom, so that's good. All right. Let's cut this off. I'm going to unplug it too. Just because I got other stuff plugged in. Let's see. I gotta find a place because I got all of that stuff over here. I don't know. That can sit down. This can go back there. Okay. This is my trash bag. I need to put some more trash in here. Clean out my little thread bag while I'm touching it. I use my thread bag because it hangs off my desk, but then when it gets full, I just pop it into a regular trash plastic bag. But then I just have it sitting there. All right, so I don't know how I'm gonna do this. Hold on. Let me push this back. Okay. Push that back. Okay. These are parts. Get that out the way so I don't bombard these in. And this. All right, I gotta. Trying to make sure. Yeah. All right. Ugh. So I thought it was a bag. It's just wrapped around plastic. Okay. Oh. And what are they covering up? The cutter button. Has the silicone to keep everything dry. Do not eat, throw away. I'm like, okay. All right. All right, just put that there for a minute. And now maybe I can move this one down because it's in the way of my chair. All right. So we got the table in here. This got oil or something up here. hope this ain't been returned. All right. I may have to move this thing back because of these feet. It opens up a little bit different than the brother. So, I see it's gonna have to go back. All right. Okay, I'll worry about that later. Power and the book and the foot, and I don't know what this was in there. It's like inspection certificate. All right, let me see what you all talking about. Yeah, Lizette, that's what I have is the origami chef cart. That's what I have my quilt stored on, but I have the standard size that takes full, that takes like regular storage containers. I must have bought one and didn't look at the size because it's smaller than the others. And I'm having difficulty getting the, my stuff won't fit with the case. And it should fit with the case if it's the right size of the other ones because I have storage containers on it, on the others. So, oh my goodness. Okay. I have to figure out, okay. Now I got to get my leg around that. I think I need to move this down some more. I do know that I'm not level, but this little table is not sitting flat. I do know I'm not level though. An unboxing would be great. So I'm not even sure how much of this y'all can even see. Not much. I don't want the whole camera to fall off. I need power. That's parts. We need power first. Probably technically should be like reading the book, but you know. I do like the foot. It has the wraparound cord. I can't remember if my brother has that or not. I seriously doubt it. I know my Renina does. Okay. Let's put you in here and put you on the pedal stopper, the pedal stay. I'm just poking all these bags in here just in case I need to send it back, you know. I know where they are. And then I'll get them into the trash. Okay. Okay. Let's plug it into the machine first. And now into the power. All right, and then we can cut that on. Should be fine. It didn't make a noise, nothing. The needle didn't come up. It didn't even make a sound. It's just quiet. Nothing. All right. Yes, it's the 2010 Q. And Paula's asking, are you going to do a review on your new Juki? What I might do is might use it for just a little bit, and then I might do the comparisons on this to the brother, because I really didn't have a problem sewing on the brother. So I actually liked it. But like I said, I wasn't going to buy the same machine twice. So I might do a comparison of the two, because I have a feeling they're very similar. I'm going to look to see if they're threaded the same, because the brother told me to go through all 3 holes. And it sewed fine for me. I've seen on YouTube where other people said that they only went through 2 of the little thread guides. But I just want to see what they're recommending for threading. They got all the accessories on here. See, I don't even know if this is a 1/4" foot or not on here. We'll find out in a minute. I'll sew a seam and measure it. And I'm thinking I'm gonna have to wind a bobbin. See, I haven't used this. The brother, the whole thing flips up. It's got a bobbin in here. I doubt if any threads on it. Let's see. Nope. They do have a bobbin in there. It's oily too. And it's oily all down in the mechanism. Probably don't have a Q-tip in here, but let me check anyway. Take some of this oil out so it's not just absorbed into the thread. I mean, it is good and oily down in here. Guess they don't know how long it's going to sit on the shelf, so they just make sure. All right. Melissa said that's a big table. I think it might be a little bit bigger, like wider than the brother. I like the way the brother opened, the whole thing opened back this way. You just flipped it up once you lifted this part. This is a little different, so I have to get used to that. Because I feel like I'm going to break this thing. And I haven't read a darn thing, okay? So if anything breaking, it's only my fault. Yeah. I'm trying to see what they recommend as far as winding bobbin, and this is kicking the legs up. So when I lift this part up, take the bobbin out. So you lift this part first, then that to take the bobbin out. Okay. Plug it in. I already done that. I got that up. Power switch. We know where that is. Speed control knob. Oh, they got this joker up on high. They ain't playing. I don't like starting out on high. Let me move that down. And then they've got the tension dial. The stitch length is set at 2, which is like 2.0, the equivalent, I'm going to assume. And the tension is in between 2 and 3. So we'll leave all of that. And got a manual thread cutter, which the other one has. Okay, how do we wind a bobbin? Okay, that's what we want to know. Winding the bobbin. Here we go. We got it on a stand back here. We don't need to put it on the machine. Evelyn is saying if you make bags, it will stitch like butter. I have the brother equivalent to this, and I think they both are very good machines, so I will get to see. I will get to see if Juki is better than brother. So that's the kind of comparison that I'm going to do. I'm not going to do like a review on it because there's a lot of reviews out there. I have a feeling that, like I said, both machines are sufficient because so many people have them. So many of them are out there. If I definitely have a bad experience with it, you will hear about it. But I have a feeling I want to know what's the difference between this and the brother, since I now have them both. Nancy is saying, what Juki did you get? The 2010Q. Look what I missed while I put Mama in bed. The Unraveling of Miss T's Juki, also known as Kevin. I did not name this no Kevin. Don't you even try it. Good night, Vivian. It's really scant 1/4 inch foot. That's what she's saying. Okay. So let's see. Installing the thread guide. I don't need that. It's already up here. I'm going to use the thread stand I'm using and see if it works. If it don't, then we'll come back to it later. Okay. Set the large spool. Set the household type thread on the spool. Then pass the thread from the spool into the guide pin rod just above the spool. Okay, we don't need that. Take out the bobbin case. We already done that. Bobbin winding guide. Let me see. This thing is just doing a lot of talking. Okay. I gotta make this so that it drops on the notch right there. It comes off the top. It goes this way or this way. I don't know. Bobbin winder guide. We'll find out in a minute. And we're going to wrap clockwise, and then we're going to close this, and we're just going to press. All these instructions, it's like 2 full pages with diagrams. You know, I have a short attention span. It's like, just wrap this thing. I'm a mess. I look at pictures and then I go from there. I don't have time for all of that. Okay, that's it. It didn't like snap back or nothing. Okay. Okay, no noise to say we done. Just stop. Okay. You just gonna be quiet about it. All right. And you're not really full. You could put some more thread on there. All right. Let me go back because I know next thing we got to do is thread it. So we put this in. Should be coming off. So this is coming off that way, the same way I had it. Okay. Just want to make sure. The bobbin should run clockwise. Yep. All right. So we open this and put it in here. All right. Close the slide plate. All right. I don't know which one of these go down first. Okay. Now we need to thread it. Good Lord. This I don't remember the brother having all of this. I'm sure it does, but I guess I just got used to it fast. All right, we need to thread. So we got to take it off of that, I'm sure. It comes straight off the thread into that. Okay, so do they tell you to put it in all three? Let's see, number 1. Nope. Well, they do say they show, some of it show all 3 and some of them do not. Okay, so they only want it through 2, which is fine. It's just like my long arm. The brother, I have it through all 3, but they say only put it through all 3 if you're using thread like nylon, something that easily slips. So, hold on. My thread got twisted. Make sure this is in here correct. Okay, so we're at 1. This is different. One. This is different. I've never had this knob up here on the top. Okay. 1, 2, down is 3, up to 4, 5 is this. I got that. 6. Where's 6? 6 is through that notch. 7 is up. Back down. And got that. So we're going to go in here, I'm going to assume. We're just not reading anymore right now. Okay. Let me put this down. Make sure this needle is all the way up. Now, I don't know. Okay. You know, I never liked these manual needle threaders. And with me being left-handed, it's on the opposite side. Okay. This is so awkward for me because I have no room. I don't know if it's easier for right-handed people. I'll just thread the thing. Does it go in or out? Let's see. Lower the presser foot, which I did, and lower the needle threader level, which I did. Lower the needle threader level. I don't know what that is. See, you all asked for this. Woo-wee. Nobody out here to help me either. Y'all just leave me out here to struggle. So I think the flat part, I'm going to put it in this way. I've been on thread this thing by the time I figure out how to thread it, because I hate the brother threader. We'll do that later. My hands are so, I'm left-handed and I have big hands. I don't have enough room. So I can thread it quicker than I can get the needle threader to work. Okay, I got it in from left to right because the flat part is back here. So that looks right. All right. You know, let's see if I can sew on something. So I can check a 1/4 inch seam. I don't want to put it on my blocks. I need those. If I do this and open this out. Okay. Yeah, I'm just sewing scraps, but I gotta I want to see what it's gonna do. Is this thing on? So it has a light right here. I'm like, is this thing on? I haven't even hit the presser foot yet. I'm going to see if, hold on. I don't know what I did with my seam guide. I had one out here. Which I was using I wonder if I put it into the other machine because I was testing out another machine for a 1/4 inch guide, and I'm wondering if I left it in there in the bag of goodies that go with another machine that's downstairs now. So I did that before Wednesday. I do not see it. Like, I could have made this easier on myself. I could have made this easier on myself and bought me 2 instead of 1. I gave one of mine away. I had to. I gave one away. Well, that's okay. This is a I don't know if I need to pull up this bobbin. We'll do that too, just in case. We don't want any issues and concerns. All right. Wow, it's really quiet. It's got enough oil in here. All right. Now, let me use a ruler. So, yeah, it's like she said, it could be a 1/4 to a scant. Let me try it on an actual piece. You know, one test seam, we're ready to go, you know. I'm going to try it. Where my peoples at? What y'all doing? Y'all just left me to figure this mess out for myself. Where y'all at? Okay, I'm going to try the edge of the foot with the edge of the fabric and see what we get. And then I've got other feet in here, and I'll see what that does. Okay, what's happening is that they're not giving me messages. Hold on. Let me go out and come back in. And I got it set for top messages anyway. I'm going to say all messages. Okay, hold on. It wasn't giving me all of them. All the messages. It's like it just stopped because it's a whole lot of messages up here. Heather saying that she only threads through the first and third. Okay, because that's what I did. So thank you. I don't know why it stopped giving me messages. I'm like, y'all just left me out here? Nancy said it is different. It felt backwards compared to my brother. It's got this extra knob up here that's not on the brother. I had never seen it. I'm like, what is that for? So that's interesting. On the brother, it comes into this hook 3 times instead of 2. So that's different. It sews quieter, I think. But that could be because, like I said, it has so much oil in here. They probably got a lot of oil in the machine. I didn't put any oil in. Robin's asking, is that Kevin's machine? Nope. I was bad. I bought a machine the week before retreat. Nancy says she has to go to Juki Junkie to watch a video on threading it. Hit the needle up and down button. Hit the needle up and down button. Oh, okay. I see that over here with the thread cutter and the reverse button. And I got it set at medium speed. I'm one of those people that I like piecing, but I don't like speed sewing. So I never run my machine on high, and I didn't want it, since it was semi-industrial, I didn't want it to come out here jumping out the gate. So it is sewing slower than normal. Let me read the rest of these comments because y'all might have some help. Robin told me, I want to be like you too. Sorry, no experience with Juki. That's Sue. I've had Juki 4 years and watched countless videos, but still can't use the automatic threader. The brother was horrible too. And then this one, it's like where you thread. I'll look it up later. I'll look in the instructions and see what they're saying. And then I'll watch a video as well. But these thread cutters are horrible. I was hoping Juki had a better threader than the brother. It's not. It's not. Helen says, this is the best TV tonight. Love you, T. Yeah, I'm up here swimming without any safety gear. You gave away my retreat machine. Oh, no. Yeah, I had already given it to my daughter before retreat. I had given it to her maybe when the baby was first born, because she was talking about she was going to make all this stuff. And I gave her, she asked me for the sewing machine, or a sewing machine, and so I gave her that one. Because I wanted to give her a decent one, but she didn't need an embroidery machine at that point. If she needs something embroidered, she can just come here and do it because she's going to need lessons on it anyway. But I think she was trying to get me to make baby stuff. I'm not into making baby clothes because they don't wear them long enough. And Jersey's been growing so fast that by the time I decide to make her some, Jersey won't even be able to wear it because I call her baby long legs. She's 96 percentile of height for her age. And I'm just not into that. But if she wanted to make something, I gave her the machine. She didn't do anything with it. When I got the machine back so that I could use it at retreat, she hadn't even used it. I didn't even have to clean it. I just went ahead and checked everything anyway to make sure everything was okay. Re-oiled it again. But it was in the same condition I gave it to her. I tried to give it back to her after retreat. She told me to keep it for right now. I'm like, okay. So I got the Janome downstairs, and Sheila enjoyed sewing on it, so I was really glad of that. I know when I'm testing on them and I'm just checking quarter inch seam, because I know that's what you all are going to ask me, where's the quarter inch seam. That's what I'm basically sewing, is quarter inch seam, putting quarter inch foot on the machines, things like that. I'm not doing everything on a machine. I don't do everything on all of my machines because I buy a machine for a particular reason. The Juki was bought because it's just straight stitch, and I can piece on it, but it's because of bag making. And then my Elissimo back here was got for machine embroidery. Yeah, so my Bernina was bought because I heard how good they were, and I had said I wanted to buy one, and my friend was selling hers because she couldn't operate it, so I bought it so she could buy something else that was easier for her to operate. So that's how come I had the Bernina at the time that I had it. If it wasn't for her, I probably wouldn't even have had the 770 now. I'm just saying. But I always had intentions of buying one. I do have an old Bernina record too that I bought from the marketplace. And Paula says, I'm watching you figure it out. I'm the same way with new toys, right? I hate to read. And Robin saying it's Kevin's fault. It is Kevin's fault. I used a brother. Can't give away recommendations on the Juki. And I think you were, Lizette, you were the one that had me made it so that I bought my brother, because I think you were one in the messages saying that you had one and it was just fine. And when I bought my brother, I had so many credits and things going on, like not through Discover, through Sewing Machine Plus, that I ended up only spending like maybe $500, if that. It was like $4 something. I just can't remember what the magic number is. That's all I paid for my brother. So if I had bought the Juki, I would have had to pay more money. So that's that was another reason that I got the brother, because it was my cheaper price point. And it was just another machine. I wasn't sure if I was going to like it, but I ended up liking it. I made a lot of bags before I put that machine up. Robin says that Kevin should be here. That's right. Carol is sewing. Francis is still here. But for some reason, the comments weren't coming up. Girl, that chat stops all the freaking time. She says hers stop all the freaking time. So it's not just you. It's like I'm sitting up here and it's like it went like crickets noise, like you can hear any and everything but the people in the room. My chat just completely stopped with no chats it had to be a long time, because I'm still reading your chat. So Deborah says you're doing a great job, T. Thank you. And Kevin's going, Robin Boyd. It'll be all right. And I had looked on the marketplace to get a Juki so I wouldn't have to buy it brand new. But the people that had them in the marketplace I could get it cheaper from Sewing Machine Plus than what they were trying to sell it for used. And I'm like, you have lost your ever-loving mind. So forget it. The debt-free quilter says, don't ask me how to use that little needle threader thing. I haven't figured that out. Yeah, that is stupid. It is really stupid. My brother was part of the mid-on package. Okay, so that was cool. Order not from Sewing Machine Plus. She said, Robin, order from Sewing Machine Plus and use Miss T's affiliate link. That's where mine's from, and they have great customer service. And, you know, they come quick. They package them pretty good. This one was just in the regular Juki box. When I got my brother, the brother box was inside of another box, so I was surprised. The Juki is packaged very well, very thick styrofoam, so I just can't imagine that they didn't put in another box and pad it. But it's sewing, so Juki, however they got that sucker packaged is really good. So it's sewing. And then I had to figure out how to get it out the box. Trying not to bother my husband, I had to end up turning that box on the side and tossing it out, you know, lifting the bottom portion to slide it out in the foam. Yeah. But the foam is good. I didn't even measure this. I'm just sewing the second seam like it's a 1/4 inch, you know. Like, girl, don't do that. We'll take this apart and put this back up here. We don't need to worry about that one. We need to worry about this one. Okay, I need to make sure that I'm leading on the end. My end seam is a little bit fatter. So I just need to make sure that I trail it through. Don't get sloppy. And she says, Nancy says yes and heavy. This is not as heavy as my Bernina and this Elissimo. I'll tell you that right now. I remember the first time I picked up that Elissimo, since I had the Baby Lock Elagio as well. This machine has not been out the house. Cause I like, And then when I got the Bernina, I picked that Bernina up, and it said this thing is heavy too. I keep sewing crooked, probably because at the end I'm getting fatter. And that's probably because I need to slide this machine this way because of the needle thing, and I don't have a whole lot more space. I'll have to move a couple of things in order to do that. I got my ruler rack right there. So I have to move some of my wider rulers out to the top. So I think that's why I'm sewing crooked, because I'm not sitting right in the front. I start out good, get to the bottom. We're going to do it right this time. We're not going to be defeated. That's right. Yep. Not that one, but this one. Oh, I could have checked that one too. I can see that I did this exact same thing. I just made it just a little bit wider at the bottom. This one is right. Kevin says, and just so you know, Miss T, I tried to call, text, and send smoke signals to try and help you with your new Juki named Kevin. He's so silly. He is so silly. Oh, he tried to call me. That's because my phone because I'm using my real phone, I got all the notifications turned off. Sorry, Kevin. He said, I tried. He really did. I don't have my wood press here. I hate using my fingernails because they make your nails weak. Okay, so I got 4 of those. I need my wood press bad. And you would never know that I sold them. Like, I only got one. And it's packed up in the sewing stuff. I've been getting orders in. I got yeah, Robin, your and Donna's order came in. I'm gonna contact Donna because she said she was gonna get yours to you. So yeah, I've been getting orders in from Checkers. So they came in, and I mailed. Like, I had people packages to mail. I mailed those too. I call myself sending out tracking numbers, but apparently my mail system isn't sending mail again. So for those that are coming to Retreat 2025, remember that your first payment is due the end of July. By the end of July, you can send it early. You can send more than what it's requested if you want to pay more. But you need to send a payment by the end of July or you're going to be off the list. Melissa says she just got caught air sewing. I hate that. That's one thing I do love about the Bernina. Two, that's the second thing. The first thing is that the bobbin is so big that it takes forever for me to run out. And then number two is that it stops on the dime when it's out of thread. When I take that thread out, I have like, when I take the bobbin out, I have about like 1 inch of thread left. So it is serious about you will not be air sewing here. Okay, I'm doing better. I just have to make sure, move my body so that I'm right in front. If I get too relaxed, because I need to move this machine so I can get my little knees situated better. For the, you know, I'm using the knee lift, right? Because I don't think that I will buy a sewing machine if it doesn't have a knee lift now. If I, you know, now that I have choice, it's like, does it have a knee lift? Because I cannot deal without a knee lift. That is my third hand. I don't know why I'm folding these because, yeah, we can't put those on the same one. We need something else. They still out here popping fireworks. What time is it? It's 9:48. Kevin really tried to call me. Thank you. Melissa says that Kevin T might have to cuss one day. How you gonna know which one of you she's cussing? What are you talking about? Is she talking about Jason? Did y'all have a whole nother conversation? Robin just thinks I was looking. Oh, that's what he talking about with the sewing machine, naming it after him, and won't know which one it is. I'm like, is she talking about Jason? She talking about the sewing machine. Woo. And Kevin is no help. Talk about probably both. Now, on my brother, I do use the split foot, and I don't know if they got that on here. Let's see. It's the foot that kind of rocks. I'll never use that. That's the free motion stuff, I guess. Nope, it ain't nothing in here. Nope, you get more stuff with the brother. Okay. It's like, did y'all miss something? They don't give you much. Okay, we can put this up. On the brother, I got a foot that kind of rocks, and that's the one that I sew with because it kind of works its way over thicker fabric, especially when you're sewing bag stuff. So I just sew with it all the time. But yeah, this right here, you don't have a lot of stuff. And I even ordered, I'm sure I can use the same feet on both of these machines. I'm sure I can use the same feet on both of these machines, so I'm not even worried about it. But I won't be changing that off the brother. I'll just leave it there. But I bought other foots like the zipper foot and things like that. I bought that. So if I need to do zippers and stuff like that, I definitely have it. But yeah, so this is just another machine that can be used to be rented at retreats, which, you know, I rented, let me see, what year was that? 2022 I rented, and I charged like $60. I didn't, you know, have no encounters. This time I only charged $30, but I think I'm gonna have to go back to 60 because yeah, I had a lot of machines in the shop this time. Not from anybody's fault, but just because they had to go. So I had kept everything up. So I did most of the stuff. It was my fault the brother broke. So I can't blame anybody for that but me. But I just had more machines in the shop this year. So, and I want to make sure they're in good condition too. All right. So what time is it? It is 9:52. I'm not doing the other sides of these because, why was that? Because I don't have my wood press, and I like to press with my wood press first. So that's why I'm just doing two. The good thing about doing it like this is that when I get ready to do the other ends, I don't have to fold in half, because with cutting on the Teaquilts die system, these little chopped off points will line up perfect when I go to put them on once I've opened those up. But I just got pieces that I cut. I don't think I have enough of these cut yet. I was just cutting some pieces so that I could sew. So yeah, just pieces. So hi, Jim Bennett. Says watching on his birthday. Well, happy birthday. Hope you had a pleasant day and enjoy the rest of the month. It's my birthday month too, but you're a Cancer instead of a Leo. I only have my TL 18 QVP because I won it from So It Be Quilts, Fallon and Matt's 2-year anniversary. That's cool. Nice way to win the machine. Or to get a machine is to win it. My FAF lets you know when your bobbin is low. I have a lot of them that will let you know when it's low. They'll put an indicator that's over to your left. Over to your right, and then you're over here at the left sewing and you don't see said indicator. You still end up air sewing on some of those. So I like that Bernina just brings you to a screeching halt. I haven't had any that just brought me to a screeching halt other than my Bernina. And I don't know if, the 770 that I got is years old now, so they may have newer models that are doing that now. But my Singer and my Baby Locks, they just give me low indicators. I think my Elissimo might tell me, because it tells me when I'm out of bobbin, when I'm machine embroidery. So I'm going to assume, because I haven't stitched. When I first got this machine, I stitched everything, used zipper, foot, everything. I did everything in the book on this machine. And I have never done it again because it's just been set up for embroidery. So I can't tell you, but it tells me when it's out of thread on embroidery. So I think it will tell me. A little message pops up. I have to pay attention the next time I'm embroidering and it's running out, see if it stops. But I think it does, because I don't remember running out of bobbin while I'm machine embroidering. It's almost time for me to go. I might leave this up here. I got to do the other ends though. Because I do want to sew on the other machines before I put them to the shelf, which I need to order another shelf. And I need a shelf with, because it has wheels. The bigger shelf I has wheels. I bought this smaller one. It has wheels. I just think I didn't look at the size, and I need to pay attention when I go buy my next shelf. So make sure I get the bigger size that will take the bigger containers, because when I put the sewing machines in their cases, they don't want to sit on the shelf. It's like, girl, I'm not tall enough. So I'm gonna have to go downstairs and measure the one I know is the right height. Sutama, we have cannons going off. That's what I had earlier. Like, I had a few people shooting off the big ones. And people are saying happy birthday to Jim. You all are so sweet. I'm so behind. Maybe it's just birthdays to Jim. Hold on. Yeah. Evelyn says, that's interesting to you. I never used it on any machine other than my industrial. We are wishing you the best, T. New machines are supposed to be fun. It's fine. It's fine. I think it's sleeker than the Brother. I think it's prettier than the Brother. It's got the blue color on it and stuff. I think it's prettier. It sounds quieter, but like I said, I'm gonna sew on it some more tomorrow. I think I'm gonna just sew on it a little bit and do the other sides, because I'm wondering if that's just because of the oil that's in it, like it's overly oiled. But it sounds good. You didn't get as many as I did. You didn't get as many as I did. I don't know what Nancy's saying. Miss T and I gonna be twins at next year with our Jukis. Maybe not. I might still have my Bernina. Somebody else might be sewing on the Juki. CJR Creations is saying good night, everyone. Enjoyed the sewing machine conversations. Melissa said, sewing machines, true friendships right there. Matching machines, true friendships right there. Truth be told, Miss T wants to be like me, laughing out loud at Melissa. Yeah, right. Jim says, have a good day. Quiet with just he said had a good day, was just quiet with him and his wife. Yeah. I've been just doing that. I used to go all out for my birthday. Sometimes I would celebrate the whole month. Sometimes I would do a week. And, but overall, like, if my family wants to take me out, then I'll do that. But I'm like, my last big party that I had was when I retired, because it was at 50, age 50. I retired and my 50th birthday was coming up, so I combined them both. And but I never had a whole lot of birthday parties or done big things on my birthday for the most part. So, and I was okay with that. As a kid, it was like, just give me the money for the birthday party so I can buy what I want. You spend the money on the birthday party, and sometimes they wouldn't bring you a gift. It's like, what's the point? Just give me the money. I can tell when my brother machine gets low, the bobbin sounds a little different. Okay. And my brother will stop embroidering. So that's good, Lizette. That is, the brother is. So they are making more of them that will stop embroidering. The feet of your machine. Okay. Because I said I didn't know what she was talking about. She's talking about the feet for your machine. Yeah. Because I plan to use them on both. Let me go back and read. It says you didn't get as many as I did. Yeah. On the brother, it's a lot more feet on that brother than I got with this Juki. So, and then I went and bought all the other, like it was cheaper. I needed like 3 or 4 feet. And it was cheaper for me to go buy a thing that had all the feet, everything you ever needed, like different widths for edge stitching and stuff like that. It was cheaper for me to buy that. So I got everything, okay? I got like 2 or 3 zipper things, 2 or 3 edge guides. I got just about everything that you need on a straight stitch machine. I got it. And cheaper than buying just the 2 or 3 feet that I needed for the machine. My brother's saying good night to everybody. Francis saying good night. Don't go, Ray. Your sis is still going strong. He know I'm about to leave. He getting his in now. It's 10:02. He say he have his sitting in the thing because I'm so fast with signing off that he has his typed and ready to hit send, because you never know when I'm going to pop off of here. That is too funny. Remo saying good night. Sue Ellen saying hi, T and everyone. Sorry. Took nap and just got up. She says we'll have to watch some of the replay. So yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and end here. Thank you all so much for being here. I'll be back Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time for live chat. I'm not sure what I'm going to talk about. I never am right now sure what I'm going to talk about. Melissa says getting it out of the box alone. That explains the oil drip. But yeah. Yes, when you're, so good night. And then Nessa, yes, when you're done. I can't see that one. Bonita says bye. When you're done, you're done. Right. See, I'm trying to, y'all up here typing stuff in here, got me reading. Running full speed to deal with that oil. Good night, all. Have a happy, blessed Sunday. Yes, because what I think I'm going to do is just go back and start sewing some strings so that I can just not worry about the 1/4 inch and just run it a little bit just to get the oil out, because it was oil sitting on top of the plate here as well. So I think that's what I'm going to do. The nice thing about this machine is that I don't have to oil it. So I don't have to cut any threads like I do on my Bernina, because I always have to come in on the Bernina because, you know, 2 hours you got to oil it because it loves oil. This, I don't have to oil on that same level of how I oiled that Bernina. So I can just cut this off and leave my thread tails. I don't have to waste my thread. Y'all know how I like, you know, saving my thread. So that's what I'm going to do. We still got all of these over here. I don't know. I'd guess. Probably say I got maybe 30, 35 of them. I need like to make at least 50 just to be safe. I think I'm not going to take more than 48 people at next year's retreat. So I need at least 48 of these blocks that I'm going to make. I could take less. I'm not sure. Because 32 was a lot of people to do stuff for. So I'm thinking 48 is going to be even more to do stuff for. So we shall see. But so I'm going to go ahead and end here. Gave everybody time to get their comments in. Y'all so crazy. Kevin in there. Well, good night, everybody. You all stay blessed, be safe, and quilt out. See you Wednesday.